lot of people don't know when they're learning guitar what sus chords are. We almost always mean a sus4, sometimes a sus2, which some people call an add9. So it's adding the fourth note of the scale to the chord. That's what a sus4 chord is. So if I play a D chord, D, E, F sharp, G, G is my fourth note in the D scale. So D, E, F sharp, G, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I add a G note to a D chord, this is at 1 octave higher than the one I played here, but add a G note to a D chord, that gives you a D sus4. It's also popular to play it this way and up here as well. Or even so A sus4 would add a D note. E sus4 would add an A note. And we're really not only adding a note, but we're replacing the third of the chord with the fourth of the chord. So that gets a little trickier when we do like a C sus4, because we have two E notes. E is the third of the C chord. So if I go like this, so that's sort of a C sus4, but I still have a third here. So I'd actually have to sus it on two different strings, which sounds more like an F chord adding a G note. But that's a really nice like C sus4, and then G sus4. Adding a C note to a G chord, or this one is a little easier to grab. I would probably have to play my G this way, or even like the high strings of a G chord to add that C note right there on fret 1 of the second string. Yeah. I'm out in Tabor Park today. I brought a little device to hold the camera up, and it's not quite strong enough to grip around the swing set here. So I found a different angle. Hopefully that's acceptable. So it's G sus4, A sus4, B sus4, which is going to sound a lot like the Who. You know, with the D sus4 up here, it'll sound like U2. Yeah, and D sus4 here, a lot of things. Zeppelin or Rush, Boston. I'm not used to playing sitting this way. It's a beautiful day out here in Oregon. Anyways, that's the sus4 chord. Sus2 would be adding the second note of the scale to the chord. And technically, the way we do it on guitar is technically not the classical 2-1 suspension is how you would want that to resolve if you're following traditional classical theory. So on guitar, we do a 2-3 typically. So that's my second note of a D scale is E. I play the E 1 octave higher. And then it goes to the 3 here. A sus2. Sort of the sound of the 80s. There's a lot of 80s songs that use that. Yeah, so that would be the sus2 chords as well. Those are cool. So yeah, definitely with each chord, it's malleable. You can play around with it and get some different, some different character, some different colors out of the chord. So, all right, thank you. That was sus chords. I'll see you next time. Thanks.